Come on.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Oh,
Oh, hello, you. Haven't seen you for a while.
no. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Yeah, bye, everybody. Anyway, it's 6 o'clock. Ages since we was doing this. But yeah, I was out last week. I'll tell you all about it later.
Yeah.
I've had a busy weekend.
You've had a busy weekend. You've had a busy week.
Yeah, ever so busy. Catching up with everything. And yeah. So, yeah, here we are again.
Now, what are you not going to forget in August?
Oh, so good.
Dear God.
Yes,
I couldn't believe that you forgot you were going to a concert. Hello, concert.
Yeah, I won't forget to go to this one because Nick's coming. Hello. Anyway, so we've got the ups and downs of the channel. We've got 2 weeks figures here. So in the last 14 days since we did this, 23,235 people and 35 new subscribers. What's going on there?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time the elusive Dave.
Hey, I know. Once in a blue moon.
Good evening, Terry.
Evening, Terry. Evening, Richard.
Yes. So what you been watching now? For some reason, I wonder why. Because I'm not reviewing the album until tomorrow. Half Man, Half Biscuit at number 3 with 88 views. There's nothing wrong with a bit of Half Man, Half Biscuit.
All depends on the biscuit.
Yes. Number 2, Blondie Live, 92. But for some reason, Status Quo, number 1, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3 never wins, except whenever it's status quo.
Yeah. Top Short, I only put this out on Monday, and it's the Heart album.
Mm-hmm.
Self-titled. 1,479. I didn't think people would want to watch that because it's one of them more commercial, but
yeah, but that's rather serendipitous.
yes, it is. So in the last 28 days, we're back to normal thing. It's still big figures, 44,760. It just freaks me out. Still. 83 new subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So the top.
Wait till you get to the lifetime. I mean,
no, it's just bonkers. And number 3 of the 28 days, one from 23, Deep Purple, 195. Half Man, Half Biscuit again, 277. And Status Quo, 246. Top Short is tonight, David Bowie, 1,519. Well, what's going on? Okay, the big figures. You can tell them.
I haven't got it written. Oh, have I got it written down? Yes, I do. Okay. Now, since you started back in May, 4 years ago, you have. I've got listed on the database. I have listed 2,106 videos. YouTube, because you did other little snippet videos and whatnot in the early days, you have over 3,100 videos. Thank you, Terry. It was a quiet one. Anyway, you've produced over 3,100 videos. As of today, the listed videos 2,106. And in that time, you have accumulated a total of 806,613 views. 2,000, yeah, and 2,895 subscribers. So
3,000.
So there you go.
Okay, so
congratulations on breaking the 800 barrier. The next one is the 900, and then hopefully the 1 million.
God,
To that, we'd like to get to that before Christmas, folks.
yes, keep watching. Anyway, this is the one Dave likes. So at number 5, Derek Riggs.
Pulsar.
I am, yes. Yes. Derek Riggs, 4,580. At number 4, Mike Oldfield, 4,590. Jethro Tools at number 3 were 4,764.
Oh, that's a big jump.
That is a big jump. Slade, 5,563. Status Quo, 11,336. And Paul Diano has gone up to 4,520. How? I don't know.
Wow.
But then again,
well, let us say that it's new viewers coming in and they're seeing, oh, this was done for Paul Diano. Let's go and have a look.
I'd say. So when it comes to the laundry list or what's work in progress, we've completed Jimmy Barnes, Little Feet and Wire. Fairport Convention, I've listened to 9 of 29. There's still lots to go. And Gary Wilson, 7 of the 16. So I'm getting there. There are other things in the pipeline. I'm not just listening to them all day. But
no, there are definitely.
There's lots of things in the pipeline that I listen to apart from them. But
yeah, there's a 7-parter in progress that we're not going to tell you about yet.
Yeah, there's a live album ranking that I'm working on because there's, I think, 14 albums. So I'm listening to that as well. So there's lots going on. So yeah. So that, I'm just flabbergasted. You spend 2 weeks off doing this. I haven't looked at any figures this week. I've just been too busy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Richard. So that's that bit.
So there's that. A thought crossed my mind just as you were saying that. It's like the proverbial hair in one ear and out the other.
Yes.
Anyway.
I don't think it's time because guess who's gone to the front door?
Rocky's giving me my cue, is he?
Yes, he's giving you a cue. I need to go and water the flowers.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to go
he's got plenty of time because I've 2 weeks worth of stuff to do.
Right, so let's make sure I hit the right one. Stop cam. There we go.
Okay, well, he should have left the camera on. Then you could see the unviewable white things that are descending from his. He's wearing shorts tonight, folks. Anyway, dispatches those who have departed this earthly sphere in the last couple of weeks. We've got to do so. On the 13th, Louis Moholo, South African jazz drummer. He used to be in the Blue Notes, also in Brotherhood of Breath and Assegai. Remember them? Also on the 13th, Honest John Plain, English punk rock guitarist and singer. He used to be in The Boys. The 16th, the death was announced of John Reid, Scottish acid jazz singer-songwriter. He used to be in the band Nightcrawlers. The 17th saw 2 people pass. Charles Burrell, American classical and jazz bassist. And Lou Christie, remember him? The American pop and soft rock singer-songwriter. The 19th, we had an announcement and a death. It was announced that Ron Woodbridge, English pop rock singer with The Searchers, who will be playing their last concert tomorrow night at Glastonbury. I hope it goes well for them. I'm going to be hopefully sitting down in front of the TV tomorrow night to watch it on BBC. But anyway, the person who actually died on the 19th was James Prime. Remember him? He was a Scottish musician. Initially, he was a session musician for Altered Images on their ill-fated 1980 US tour, because whenever the tour ended, the band broke up. And then he became the keyboard player for Deacon Blue. And as a sideline, Prime was also a lecturer at the University of the West of Scotland. The 20th, Patrick Walden, English indie rock guitarist with Baby Shambles. He passed away. On the 23rd, and you'll have seen the post from Iain, the death was announced of Michael Jeffrey, aka Mick Ralphs, English guitarist, vocalist, songwriter, founding member of Mott the Hoople and Bad Company. And then on the 24th, Serge Fiori, a Canadian prog rock singer and guitarist with the band Harmonium. Now, we've got a +1 in the notable deaths. I don't know how many of you have heard of Slane Castle. It was a venue down just over the border from me, County Meath. And it was the home of an Anglo-Irish aristocrat, the Most Honourable Henry Vivian Pierpoint Coiningham, the 8th Marquis Coiningham. He was better known as Lord Mount Charles. And he was the guy that organised rock concerts at his stately home, Slane Castle. And concerts included performances by the Rolling Stones, Thin Lizzy, Queen, U2, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, David Bowie, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Oasis, Madonna. And that's just a smattering. He had a massive list. Anyway, he passed on the 18th, so he's the +1 in dispatches. Birthdays. We've got 2 sets. From last week, we've got 4. From this week, we've got 12. So, last week on the 19th, 63 years young. My jaw dropped whenever I read it. I thought, hang on, I've got to read this again. Yes, you heard me right. 63 years young. Paula Abdul, American singer, dancer, choreographer, actress, and TV personality. Way. 65. Luke Morley, guitarist, chief songwriter, producer for the hard rock band Thunder. But before he was in Thunder, he was in a 1980s group, Terraplane.
Along with Danny Bowles and Harry James.
Exactly. 66 last week was Mark, aka Marty DeBarge, American R&B soul singer-songwriter, drummer, percussionist, played a variety of wind instruments such as the sax, the trumpet, the flugelhorn, the flute. But he's best known for his work as an original member of the 1980s Motown singing group DeBarge. And here comes the serendipitous moment, 75 and granny last week, and Dustin Wilson, the American lead singer best known in Heart.
I wonder why I put that heart short up then.
Serendipity. This week, 26th, like I say, we've got 12 birthdays. Now, this one, I'm not going to give you the name. I'll give you an age, I'll give you details, and hopefully by the time I have finished reading number 12, somebody in chat will have worked out who the first artist is, and you tell me in chat. So, she is 32 today. She's an American singer, songwriter, actress. According to the website, she's regarded as a pop icon and an influential figure in popular music. She's known for her 4-octave vocal range which extends into the whistle register. That's the highest vocal range. Her accolades include 2 Grammy Awards, a Brit Award, 2 Billboard Music Awards, 3 American Music Awards, 39 Guinness World Records, 10 MTV Video Music Awards. She has been listed amongst history's greatest artists and vocalists by publications such as Rolling Stone and Billboard. She has sold over 90 million records worldwide, making her one of the best-selling music artists of all time. So think of a young 32-year-old female. Anyway, continuing on. 46 today is Ryan Benjamin Tedder, American singer, songwriter, musician, record producer. But he's best known as the co-founder, frontman, and lead vocalist for the pop rock band One Republic. 56 today is Colin Charles Greenwood. Colin Greenwood, the English bassist and member of the rock band Radiohead. 62 today, you couldn't believe this, 62 years young, is an English singer-songwriter, Harriet Wheeler, lead singer of the Sundays. You go, what? Really? But then you come to 64 years young today, is an American singer and actress, Terry Kathleen Nunn. She was the lead vocalist of the 1980s new wave and synth pop band Berlin. Remember? Take My Breath Away. 68 today. And Iain went, what? Patricia, a.k.a. Patti Smith, the American singer-songwriter. That's all. I'll just leave it plainly at that. American singer-songwriter. 69 today is Chris Isaak, or to give him his proper name, Christopher Joseph Isaac, American singer-songwriter, guitarist, and occasional actor. 70 today, Michael Jeffrey Jones. Mick Jones, British musician, singer, songwriter, record producer, best known as co-founder and lead guitarist of The Clash. That is until he got dismissed by frontman Joe Strummer in 1983. So in 1984, he went and he formed Big Audio Dynamite with Don Letts. 76 today is Adrian Israel Gurvitz, English singer, songwriter, musician, record producer. His early bands, The Gun, Three Man Army, and the Baker Gurvitz Army, were major influences to the first wave of the British hard rock circuit. I think that's debatable, but we'll take it in good faith. 82 today. He's born Clive Powell. He's an English R&B and jazz musician. He had a string of 1960s hits. He's still performing to this day, often working with contemporaries such as Alan Price, Van Morrison, Bill Wyman. He's the only British music act to have achieved 3 UK number 1 hits with his only top 10 chart entries. Yeah Yeah in 1964, Get Away in 66, and The Ballad of Bonnie and Clyde in 68, all sung by Georgie Fame. 87 today is Billy Davis Jr., American singer and musician, best known for being a member of The Fifth Dimension. And then Grandad tonight is Robert David, better known as Dave Grusin, at 91 years young. American composer, arranger, producer, jazz pianist, and band leader. He's composed many scores for feature films and TV. He's won numerous awards for his soundtrack and record work, including an Oscar and 10 Grammy Awards. He collaborated an awful lot with director Sidney Pollack. He scored a lot of his films, like 3 Days of the Condor, Absence of Malice, Tootsie, The Firm, and Random Hearts, just to name a few. So, Iain, has anyone come up with a name for our 32-year-old? because I can't see the screen. Oh, he's not there. Ah, Pulsar. Pulsar, smarty. Yes, we did see Bobby Sherman passed on the 24th. By the time I got to editing this, it was a little bit too late, unfortunately. But yeah, Ariana Grande, or to give her her proper name, Ariana Grande Butera. So well done, Pulsar. So the matches. We've got 3 from last week, and then we've got 2 matches and a this match for this week. So last week, 1953, James Brown married Velma Warren. They got divorced in 1969. But in 65, now I've turned this around from the way it's written on the website, I've turned this around because it gives it away too early. Back in 1965, American folk singer Chuck Mitchell married a Canadian folk singer-songwriter by the name of Joni Anderson. She's been known ever since as Joni Mitchell. Unfortunately, they got divorced 2 years later, but she kept the name. And then back in 1988, Danny Spitz, the heavy metal artist with Anthrax, he married somebody. And the only information I can find is that he married a girl named Valerie. That's it. No other information could be found. Anyway, this week, like I say, 2 plus 1. Back in 1982, Marie Osmond married college student Steve Craig. They got divorced after 3 years in 1985. But in 1984, do you remember Tiptoe Through the Tulips? Tiny Tim married Miss Jan Alvice. They got divorced in 1995. And then the Diss Match back in 1975, finally, American singer and actress Cher divorced American singer-songwriter Sonny Bono after 10 years of marriage. So there's your hatches, matches, and dispatches. We got 2 sophomore results to give you. From the 12th, it was Fairport Convention versus Steel Eye Span. Iain selected Steel Eye Span as what he thought should win. It ended up at 19 votes to 12 in favour of Fairport Convention. So Iain lost that one. But last week, it was Bob Dylan versus Gordon Lightfoot. Their sophomore albums went up against each other. And Iain picked Bob Dylan. And so did you lot, by 13 votes to 2, because we didn't have a live stream. Just 13 to 2 in the what used to be community, they now call posts, and I think that's bloody confusing. Anyway, this week it's Deep Purple versus Status Quo. Iain picked Deep Purple, and I haven't looked at the live, but on the posts it was 9-1 in favour of Deep Purple. Let's have a quick look at...
I haven't, yeah. So I had to go and sort something out. Mm-hmm.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Let's. Oh my God! There's been 4 votes, all for Deep Purple. So it's 13-1.
Yeah. As much as Choir my favourite band, as I said today, it's not my favourite album.
Yeah. So there we go. That's the hatches, matches, dispatches, and sophomore results. Our talking point tonight, and this one came up sort of in a conversation that Iain was having last night. So it's spur of the moment.
Yes.
Think of a band
who won't be with us tonight because it's his eldest son's prom.
Oh.
Well, but Simon is doing a live stream tomorrow.
Oh, so, right. Okay.
Guilty pleasures. That's music.
Yeah. Well, it's not guilty pleasures tonight. Tonight, it's think of an album by think of an artist and take their best-selling album. Is it actually their best album? So, for example, Iain quoted earlier, Status Quo's best-selling album is...
Hello.
Is it their best album?
One of the best.
Is it the best?
Ooh, debatable.
There we go.
It's my number 2.
Right. So
and my number 1 is the Quo album. So yeah, it's that sort of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So, of course, as usual, it's personal choice, preference. You know, we all hear things differently. So,
before we do that, what's on next week? I'm going to have a gripe again.
Now, I wondered when this was coming. Well,
yeah,
we've got 2 gripes.
Yeah. Well, the one's not a gripe. It's just we've got to explain something. I put up a thing on Mick Ralph. You know, big fan of him. I saw him with Bad Company, and I put a lot. You know, I put 2 songs from What the Hoople, 2 songs, and 5 people put a thumbs down on a tribute video. You sad people. If you don't like Mick Ralph, ignore it. But you can put thumbs down on anything else. But why put it down on someone that's passed away? If you're trying to get at me, you're not. But for God's sakes, someone has just died. If you don't like it, that's all right. But, you know, don't do a thumbs down. If you want to act like children, go somewhere else.
And if you're going to put a thumbs down, at least have the decency to put a comment why you're putting a thumbs down. Don't just put a thumbs down and bugger off, thinking, look at that, I've ruined that for him. No. Yeah. You never know who is looking at video. If it's a family member, that could upset them again. That's not nice.
Yeah, it's definitely naughty. Yeah. Anyway, the next one, it's a
bit of a gripe, but it's not a gripe.
It's not a gripe as such. It's the birthday top 10s. I mean, we've got so many now. We can't go into, I mean, your uncle's
59.
Yeah, it's they take a little time, but you got to keep it to immediate family now. Not like your second cousin twice removed and things. So it's not, I don't like doing them. I've got too many now, and June is a nightmare now.
and July. July's not too bad. August, yes, you've got another bunch.
So just keep it to your immediate family if you want your family members. All right, that's under that. So
I mean, we'll get through to the end of the year, and then we're going to go through the birthday list, and we're going to winnow out those who are not mum, dad, brother, sister, daughter, son.
Yeah,
the rest we're going to put to one side. Sorry, but it's becoming a bit much.
Anyway, time for the what's on next week. I think I will bring up this our guest up now. I think because he's making his debut.
Another debut on the yes. We could see him in the green room. You can't.
Yes.
No.
I'm going to bring him up.
No, none of that. Stop doing that. Not in public, please.
Oh, he's doing that. Right. So I'm going to bring him up, and he can sort of comment on what's on there because it's the first time he's coming up. I've spoken to him before. He's been in the gallery for many months now, but tonight making his debut is Richard, all the way from Denver, Colorado.
Hey.
Shirt on site. So this is the first time you've actually spoken to Dave, isn't it, as well?
Yes, it is. It is.
You saw him. You were very lucky.
Saw you.
Yes.
Your camera off in time, buddy.
Yeah, you're very welcome. It's lovely to have you on here.
Yes, very nice to see you and hear you and meet you.
Yes,
I can hear you, but I can't see you. But that's okay.
Yeah,
that's fine, isn't it? So we're going to do what's on next. So jump
very briefly. very briefly, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Good
with
Elvis.
Irish red tonight.
Yes.
Good choice. I'm on Italian gold.
Right, so we'll bring up that and we'll see what's going on now. So,
All right. Do you want to go? Do you want it full?
nah, we'll go like that. So Richard
Okay.
can be on screen making his name. So, what's on next week? We've got a new story starting next week. Who are we doing? We're going to do Elvis Costello. Go through his career.
Yeah, and that's the 7-parter.
Yes.
that was being referred to. Yeah.
Do you like a bit of Elvis Costello, Richard?
I have some. I can't say I'm a huge fan, but I have best of and some random early. I like earlier Elvis Costello than newer.
Yeah, you'll discover what I like and what I don't like. Perfect Five. A toughie. A great album from Robin Trower, Bridget Size. That's a toughie.
I think I know which way you'll go, but
You probably are right. So that's on a Monday. Tuesday, this is a request. Someone asked for a System of Down. Now, I didn't know much about them, apart from Chop Suey.
System of a Down.
Of a Down, I don't know what they're called, but yeah, Richard's giving the nod. They're not a bad band.
System of.
Yeah, well.
Sorry.
And we've got a band that we know Michael from Japan loves, Dexys Midnight Runners. So in honor of Michael, we're doing a bit of Dexys Midnight Runners. And then on Wednesday even, we've got a birthday. We've got Alan Joyce's birthday. And we're going to do a bit of funk and soul with the one and only Mr. Rick. Hey, man, James. That's another request. So we're getting through some requests. I didn't realise he'd made so many albums.
I should say that he snuck in under the radar.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. So what's next week's Sophomore Drome? It's USA versus UK. ELO2 against Kansas.
I already know which way I'm voting.
Yeah.
Same.
It's a toughie. It's a toughie because these are two great albums. One of them happens to be my favourite album from Kansas. So.
Oh.
Yes. And we got some album artwork, and it's the wonderful Renaissance, bit of prog, and their beautiful artwork is just fantastic. It was a tough old thing. And then on Friday, got a birthday. Now, people say, who's Lee? Well, Lee is one of my oldest friends. And it's a big one. My friend Lee has run to the magical age of 60. But we're going to look at his 5th birthday from 1970. And then we've got some live Rick Wakeman. You can't get any better than that for a Friday. And then the Doobie Brothers to end this day. I mean, Doobie Brothers, their new album, Walk This Road. Have you heard it, Richard?
I have. I actually streamed it the other day. It's pretty good.
Yes, it is. I'm not going to give too much spoiler, but all I'm going to say to it, it's back to basics.
Yeah. Yeah. That's accurate.
Now, I forgot how. I don't know if I've told the chaps, but we're doing something. And Richard, I know you'll love what we're doing on the Saturday.
That will be good.
Yes, the Mighty Slade, and we're gonna like we did with Madness. We're gonna do it with the Slade singles from 71 to 84, and there will be some surprises in there as well. So that's what's going on.
And one of that panel has just arrived in the chat. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mike. So
And
Andy, good evening
Andy as well.
Anyway, would you like to know about my Iron Maiden gig?
I've seen. Well, so long as you're not going to show the pictures.
No, I'm not going to show
of the pre-show.
Well, we was all sitting having a nice glass of beer in the sun. It was lovely, but the show was fantastic. Simon Dawson. Great. Nick Owens missed with his presence, but when it comes to drumming, Simon's good. He may have a small kit, but can he play it? I mean, if I just say they opened up, you got a little montage of London, you got the Blind Beggar, Ruskin Arms, 22 Acacia Avenue thing, and then the Ides of March started, and then they come out and did Murders in the Rue Morgue, Rothschild, and Killers, straight up.
Can't argue with that.
The 3 songs. Then we went through we had Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner was in the set, Seventh Son was in the set, Hallowed Be Thy Name, Number of the Beast and Run to the Hills, Fear of the Dark, all the classics.
Like this. Did they miss an album?
Not what they said they were going to do. There was something from Iron Maiden up to the Fear of the Dark album, and they did a brilliant version of Phantom of the Opera.
That's nice that they've covered so many albums.
Yeah, they did Wasted Years from Stranger in the Strange Land. Power Slave. When was the last time they played Power Slave?
Cool, blimey.
Yeah, 2 Minutes to Midnight. Bruce, he's just on fire. Yannick Gears was running around like a loony.
He always does.
I want to know how he can still put his foot right up on a speaker. I couldn't. I mean, he's older than me.
Yeah, but then he's not as but he's thinner than you.
Ouch.
Yeah, but I'm right.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say they're the best band ever, but they are a band that
they're up there. They're up there.
This is a band that got me into what I like to today. First song I ever heard by them.
Hello, Nick. Wasted Years is his absolute fave Maiden tune.
It's a good tune. Women in Uniform was the first song I ever heard by Iron Maiden. No, I loved it. Then, of course, Running Free. And then the rest is history. But that was back in 1980. What was the first sort of Iron Maiden that really hit America?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I just remember. See, I have no Iron Maiden in my collection. Never have been my thing. I do remember when Number of the Beast came out, and I was looking at that cover, going, "That looks really scary." So, but by that time, that came out what 80 something.
82.
82. I was listening to my Gary Newman Depeche Mode new wave stuff, so I had gone out of my Kiss phase into that. So that's probably why Iron Maiden was just kind of like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Nick.
Well, talking of Nick, on the 16th of August, Nick and I are going to a gig. We're going we're going to go and see the Soap Girls again. It's my birthday present because it was Nick's birthday this week. It's my present to Nick because I'm going to embarrass Nick now. Nick, he drives up to Leeds when we go up. He always, if he sees an album I like or a band, he'll get it, and I'll get a knock at the door, and he just gives me this album. He's
a gent and a scholar.
He's a gent and a scholar. So I thought I would need to take him to see the Soap Girls because we thoroughly had a good time last time. So, yeah.
Now, make sure he brings a new, fresh tube of lipstick so the girls can autograph his chest this time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, so that was it. And then last Thursday, I went to see this Steve Steinman. He does Meatloaf stuff, and it's all about these power ballads, and they had these great singers on stage. highlight for me, they did Baker Street, Terry Rafferty, and it was fantastic. And then this girl sang alone, and we thought, oh, can she belt it out like Anne? Oh yes, oh yes. You know that in that song where she really puts that high power note in. This girl did it, brilliant. They did do All Out of Love by Air Supply though.
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with a romantic power ballad.
Will my glasses be steaming up?
Yes.
Yes, because it gets very hot in there.
Yes. And and there are other factors at play.
Oh God.
Oh God, that'll be a great gig, Pulsar. We want a full report next week.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
In triplicate, double spaced lines, bold type.
Yes. Anyway, what we was talking about, I've got some stuff to show, but we'll just do some other examples. Okay, Richard, what do you think the biggest selling Van Halen album was?
I actually looked that up. So
You know,
the first one, Van Halen 1.
see, that's an example where is that the best album they made?
Now, I'm a Van Hagar guy, but respect to the early Van Halen, I would actually agree that it is. But if I could take their entire catalog, I would choose 5150 because that's my favorite. But is that their best? And I went, no, Van Halen 1 is. So I think it is. How about you?
Yeah, that one is. Okay, another one, Queen.
I actually brought that to show. So,
we'll leave that one then.
okay.
Yeah. Another band like Journey.
Good one.
Yeah. Escape is the biggest selling album, right? By miles.
Yes.
But is it their best?
No.
What's their best? See if we.
I like Departure, and I would say that's their best, but others may differ.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of that album as well. So, yeah. I looked at some others as well, interestingly. Okay, the Beatles is Sgt. Pepper's. But is it their best album?
Depends on who you talk to and the day of the week and which way the wind's blowing. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it was a groundbreaking album. I mean, Iron Maiden, their best-selling album is Number of the Beast. But I'm a big fan of Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. I think it's an interpretation as well. You know, I mean, the big one was Status Quo was Hello, but it's not my favourite Quo album. It's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a crapshoot. It depends on the band. It depends on the album. As far as like, what's the best seller, and then you go from there. Because what I did find is that a lot of the band's best sellers are greatest hits albums.
Yeah.
Then what you do? Then I took out it's like best selling studio album, and you get different answers. That helped.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Queen's greatest hits is their biggest selling album, you know. But I've never owned it. I've never owned that album.
It's actually quite good.
Oh, it's got but just because I don't own it doesn't mean I haven't put it together myself.
My problem with this is that they have crammed like 14 songs onto one album. So it's just like, it's really, I mean, it's a good selection of songs, but still.
Yeah.
It is their best songs, but it's not their best album.
No. Oh, Uriah Heep. Now, this is interesting. I did look this one up. Their biggest selling album is Sweet Freedom, which
Really?
I found hard. But everyone goes for Demons and Withers as their best album.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Sweet Freedom's up there. It's got Stealing on for starters. But you know, Demon and Wizard, it's got so many great tunes on. And look at yourself. I mean, it's got the beautiful, wonderful July Morning. So I think you're right, Richard. It all depends on the person. I mean, you know, you can either. I mean, with me, when people, if I rank at their best-selling album low down, I get so much stick. It's their best, so it should be number one. And that Simon and I were texting last night, and we was talking about this. And I said, I think I'll lose that tomorrow.
It's so subjective when it comes to best album. And I tried, getting ready for this, I tried to separate favorite from best because they're really two very different things depending on where you are as a collector with a certain artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to show them a first one. I mean, there's one that's sort of, you see, Led Zeppelin.
Good one.
Good one. There is their best-selling album,
Yep.
number 4. Is it their best? No. It's overplayed. I mean, I don't want to hear Stairway to Heaven ever again. Now, looking at other people's and what people say, there are 3 albums that consistently come up as their best. First one being Led Zeppelin 1.
Okay.
The other one, of course, is number 2. Now, this is strange because it's a collection of songs from previous recording sessions. But for me, my favourite, and always will be, Physical Graffiti. It's a fabulous thing. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Believe you me, that one will come up.
Yes.
See, Zep 1 and 2 are frigging great. Personally, I'm a fan of Zep 4.
Yeah, there's the
And 2.
But yeah, I think.
No, Terry disagrees with you. Here we go. There we go. Look at Yourself is the best.
I did send Mike the link, but I will put it up.
Mm-hmm.
I did email it. Yeah, Led Zeppelin 1. That's got a great opening track.
Mm-hmm. You see, Pulsar goes for Revolver from Beatles.
Yeah, no, I mean that was a great album. I mean, it's what else have I in my collection? Like Peter Gabriel. I think. I mean, So's the best selling, but it's not my favourite. Number 3 is my favourite. Not Melt. It's
No,
called
not Melt. I do like So.
Yeah.
Good evening,
Mike.
Yeah, that link must have got lost in the post, Ian.
I'm sorry. I do apologise.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
He's probably mistyped something and it's gone into somebody's spam. But no, as Richard says, it's all subjective.
It is.
And this is where the debate comes in. Can you convince somebody that your choice is the better choice? And this is going to bring us round to people putting comments on some of your videos. Why haven't you included this? Because it's not a studio album, it's a compilation or it's a live album, which will be done separately. Why haven't you included this? Because it's by this person and this band. It's a compilation, it's a collaboration, it's not a studio album of that band. And then you get, how could you rank that at number 9 and that at number 1? You don't know what you're talking about. Oh,
yeah, that's precisely it. And the one that my favourite one is when you put so and so at the bottom, I switched off.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for going out your way to actually comment on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if people don't like the order of your ranking, then they can do one themselves, can't they?
This is that's going to bring me round to something else.
Yeah, yeah. You were talking about Uriah Heep,
Yeah.
and it got me thinking about one reason I think that maybe sort of people favour one album over other albums in a particular discography, and I think it's sometimes where you come in with the band. When you
Yes.
first discovered them, and Demons and Wizards was the album that I discovered Uriah Heep with, and it's still my favourite, and it's almost certainly not the best, but I absolutely love it because that was the first one.
First
Now,
one
I know full well that my favorite Led Zeppelin album is not their best album, but it's still my favorite, and that's In Through the Outdoor. Guess which was my first Led Zeppelin album that I bought?
In Through the Outdoor, yeah.
Right backwards. So
I think that is very underrated. I think that's a super album.
All right, I'll give you one. Jethro Tull.
Their best-selling album, Aqualung, is it?
Probably.
Is it their best? Or is it Thick as a Brick?
See, Aqualung's got better figures than Thick as a Brick. But then what do you think is their best?
Thick as a Brick.
I mean, I like Aqualung. I like Thick as a Brick. Personally.
Yeah.
Go on, have a guess.
You like the Beastie album. So
Broadsword and the Beast. That's my personal favourite.
Because it was always in his car.
Yes.
Yes, it's like Yes. The biggest selling Yes album, Fragile.
Yeah.
But you ask any Yes fan, what's your favourite Yes? They go either Close to the Edge or the Tropics.
Tales from Topographic Oceans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you ask the pop generation. Yeah. But then you ask the pop fraternity about Yes. 90125. I just tagged Richard.
It's a different band, isn't it? It's a
It
completely
is.
it happened
band.
to you.
Yeah.
It can happen to him. I love that song.
That's all right. I don't mind that one. I do like Hold On. I like that as well. But
Yes.
there are some dodgy stuff on that.
But again, favorite versus best. It's you have to weigh your argument to this is the best album versus this is my favorite album, and I battled with it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember what.
It becomes a three-way fight. The
Yeah.
best seller versus your favorite versus the band's best album. And whenever you go, is their best seller their best album? A lot of times, no. Because people will come back and say, no, that's it. For example, Yes. Fragile, no. It's got to be Yes songs, or it's got to be 901. It's got to be something other than.
The parking lot.
Oh, hello. Here we go. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll put it up again. Billboard magazine just the highest charting album in the US was Thick as a Brick, Passion Play, and War Child.
Really? A Passion Play? Yeah, that's a surprise.
Bonsoir, Romuald, ça va?
Yeah. Hey, mate.
Hello. Yeah, I think another band. This one like one of mine, like Judas Priest.
It does get overplayed. Get overplayed.
A bit.
Yeah, I love Judas Priest. I mean, British Steel was their breakthrough album.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very special album to me because that was the album that I got into Judas Priest with. It's not my favourite, though.
Mm.
My favourite is Staying Classed. The first time I heard that, Excited just blew me out the water with Rob Halford's vocals. Wow! It's incredible. I think it's all the same. I mean, what do you reckon's we're both Slade fans. Biggest selling Slade album?
Is it Slade?
I think it is. Dave, can you just check that? I forgot to check it.
Yeah, I think it probably is. Hi, mate.
Slade.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Nick. I can hear you.
My favourite, Slade in Flame.
Yeah,
That's what I would think.
That is a banging album. Okay, Richard's in the house.
Oh, hello. Hey, is that Richard?
That might come up.
Yeah, Let's Dance, critically acclaimed, but Ziggy and Diamond Dogs. Yeah, Diamond Dogs. That's Dave's favourite, Diamond Dogs. Mine's Ziggy. Why Ziggy? It's the same old thing because it's the first album I brought by David Bowie.
yeah.
Anyway, going on.
David Bowie.
According to where are we? According to bestsellingalbums.org, Slade Est released in 1973 with 100,000 sales, but their best, as far as I can tell, the best selling is the very best of Slade, 139,390.
Yeah, but which version though?
Yeah, there's so many versions on it.
This is it.
Yeah, that
That's
doesn't
why-
really count, though, does it? A best of doesn't really.
No, I think you see the best selling is it's always a compilation, a best of or greatest hits or whatever. Proper studio albums, I think it's Slade Est. I think 1973, 100,000 copies.
Yeah. Are you drinking methylated spirits, mate?
Oh, I wish.
Anyway, are you excited for your next gig?
He's on Jet A1.
Yeah. I should be taking a pair of binoculars with me.
Ian, you need to go down to the joke shop and buy him a pair of glasses with the dropout eyeballs on springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't resist. I mean, I brought the tickets before I told Nick. That's how confident I was.
Well, yeah.
Yes. I'm going to another gig as well.
Oh,
After that,
oh,
birthday gift from my daughter.
Go
oh.
Wow.
Excellent.
In Brum.
Oh, you lucky man.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, excellent.
I think you've got two very envious people here. Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's one of these sort of ticket things, gift card ticket things, and it was like a panel over the Gary Newman bit where you scratch off with a coin to reveal all.
That's class.
Clever.
Yeah, but she's got the tickets on her phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant. That's nice. I think that's a nice way of presenting it. You have to find out where you're going. Now, I like the idea.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah.
Where are you going to see him? Where in Birmingham?
Where?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The O2 Academy.
Oh, it'd be great. That's a great venue.
Yeah.
There's parking right next to it as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, make sure you go to the right place because there are two O2s in Birmingham, aren't there?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, don't start that.
It's like where we saw Iron Maiden, the car park was right next to the arena, and the pub was 200 yards.
Oh,
Excellent.
that's not bad then.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian, tell them about Lee. Go on. And the parking.
Yeah, see, if you take someone that's got a disability, and Lee's says this, he said to us, "You always take me because I can get you right next to the thing." There was a whole floor for blue badge people, and it was literally park the car to the nearest we could get it, and right in the door. So we came out within 5 minutes. We was out the car, out the building, in the car, and coming down the thing.
Oh,
But some idiot in Birmingham thought it would be a good idea to close the I think it's the M40.
Sorry.
Also,
No, I know what's coming.
yeah, you do.
Getting there was what, 45 minutes?
Yeah, it took us from getting out of the thing to get to the M6, 40 odd minutes. Put it this way, we listened to Misplaced Childhood from start to finish before we got to the M6.
To the motorway.
Yeah, that hour was 46 minutes long. But to get from the M6 to my front door was 45 minutes.
Incredible.
Yeah, some Burke thought it would be a good idea to close 2 lanes of the motorway on the night that Iron Maiden was playing in Birmingham.
And
who else was playing in Birmingham? Someone else.
Was that Spaghetti Junction?
Yeah, it's just it's that bit that goes.
Yeah.
Absolute bonkers idea.
yeah.
You come off that and go up the Aston Expressway, then you pass Villa Park.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way we go in. Yeah, you know that route quite well, don't you?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's easier to take the train.
Yeah. If anyone sees Michael from Japan, because he was on the same email, Mike. So if anyone sees him, if you're watching, Michael, just say I'm here.
Oh dear. Yeah.
I'm sure I sent it to the. I did the same.
So what's I'm presuming it's either Telecon or the Pleasure Principle, Newman's biggest selling album.
Let's have a look.
I know the answer to that question, but I'm going to talk about it in a while.
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. Then. Ignore what I've just said.
Okay. So I think I'll kick off. It's already been sort of mentioned in the thing. I don't know if anyone saw it. Do you know what the biggest selling Genesis album is?
Well, I think we do, yeah, because it's been mentioned, and it's a travesty.
It is. It's like, ugh.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Hang on, Wes.
Hang on. Let's put you up.
Yeah. That. I mean,
It's got some good tunes on it for a pop album.
yeah. Do you know who put it as the best selling? America, Richard. America. It was your fault.
Yep. We'll take full responsibility for that travesty.
Yeah. 3 times platinum in America. I
Good
mean, it's
God.
the greatest hits in itself, isn't it? Invisible Touch. Blech.
It's Land of Confusion on that one.
That's all right. We'll give them that. Domino's all right, the Brazilian, but the rest, as it says, throwing it all away. Yeah, throw that all away. I just
By the way, tonight was overplayed to death. So
yes, it was.
Okay.
Here. See, I want to know how that outdoes
You see, Domino should have been the lead single off that.
that. How can that outsell that with a masterpiece on it, or even the greatest Genesis album, or other people go with that one? These are the greatest Genesis albums, and it gets put down because of this junk.
Because they released so many singles and it was poppy.
correct.
But I mean, the reason for that is that, Genesis went all out for sort of sales and their sort of, their kind of artistic credibility was lost in the, the push to become a sort of a big selling band.
Yeah, even We Can't Dance outdone then 3, and that's another pile of.
No. I mean, all those albums. Really, anything after, I don't know, Wind and Wuthering, I suppose it's not really worth the vinyl. It's a different Genesis. Yeah, that's a bad album.
I like
it's a start. That is the start of a very steep and slippery slope, I think.
And then, of course, there comes my least.
But they're a different band. They're a completely different band, aren't they? There's no, you wouldn't be able to tell that these, those albums, Foxtrot, Sal in England, etc., were from the same band. They went in a different direction, and it was a direction that gave them popularity.
I blame Hugh Papton for that.
Yeah,
there was a big gap before it came out, so when a big advance, so at least 5 people that Terry worked with got it on the release day.
Right, talk amongst yourself. I need to do something.
All right, I'll throw one into the mix while you're away. Chris Rea, his best-selling album is The Road to Hell. Is it his best? Personally, I prefer Auberge, the one that followed.
No idea. I've never heard the Chris Rea album.
You're joking, Mike. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't mind the odd single by him. But,
yeah, I mean, I quite like Road to Hell. I thought it was a pretty good. I've never felt the need to buy a Chris Rea album.
Oh, I think you should go and try at least The Road to Hell or Auberge.
I've heard of both of those albums, but no. I just.
There you go.
I'm getting on a bit, Dave. I might not have that many years, so I don't really want to spend them listening to Chris Rea. Sorry.
No, I mean, I'm throwing fireworks into the fire. See if anything goes off. Mike has good taste. Thank you, Rob Wild.
I just want to be rude about people. This is it. It's how I get my kick. Yeah. What about PJ Harvey? Come on,
Dancing with Strangers is better than Auberge and Road to Hell. Oh, PJ Harvey. Oh, wow. Oh, crikey.
Right. I don't know what I think that possibly this is the best selling. I think, and it's a absolutely stonking album. It's lovely, but I prefer.
Who's that?
Is This Desire? What?
Who's that?
It's PJ.
Sorry,
PJ Harvey.
Which one did you say, Mike, was best selling?
Yeah.
Which one did you reckon was best selling?
This one.
Let's make you big so I can have a look. It's coming up as her best selling is being Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it probably was. And it's an absolutely fabulous album. But I think Is This Desire, which it's a very personal album from her. It's very, very personal. I think she was going through a bit of a crisis at the time, and it's a bit bleak and stripped back at times, but I absolutely love it. But I know that it's not most people's favourite.
Well, I've actually got a PJ Harvey album, but I've never played it.
Oh, you should.
It's still in the shrink. Never been opened.
All right. Which one is it, Nick?
Don't ask me. I think it was a record store day release at some
right.
point.
That could be.
Right.
Hang on,
But
let's
I,
take that off.
I picked it up along with.
Oh,
It's not the Skill Sessions one, is it?
I don't know. I'd recognise the sleeve if I saw it.
That's the best line of the night.
That is the best. That's the best joke of the year so far. That
Oh,
is brilliant, Terry.
definitely.
Lovely.
Oh, that's absolutely
Lovely.
classic.
Yeah.
Oh, Cromwell's.
Well, there you go. You
One of the
see.
latest records because
Yeah.
thanks to you,
Yeah.
Mike. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an influencer. You see. Yeah. An influencer of one person.
Say,
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Michael, good evening.
Hello, Michael.
Ian is going to be a little while. He has a slight problem that needs to be
Okay.
taken care of.
Sure.
So he's oh god.
Okay.
How do you do this thing? talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Have you seen what we're talking about, Michael?
I have not. You were talking about Genesis just 5 minutes earlier.
Yeah. But what we're talking about most specifically, Michael, is the best-selling album versus the album that you think is the best. Artist.
Richard, stop
Okay.
it.
I mean, Duke is their last great record.
I would agree with that.
It's their last great record.
Yeah, but is it their best album
Is it their
ever?
best?
No. Foxtrot is their best.
There you go. You're in Ian's camp.
Yeah. I can never decide. It's Sally England, it's Foxtrot, and it's
The Lamb.
the Lamb. Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
I'll be controversial here and say
Okay.
it's Invisible Touch.
Yeah.
Simply because it's got Land of Confusion on it, hasn't it?
It's a good
Yeah.
song.
I think you are confused, Nick, and yeah.
Well, I am. Yeah.
I think the video is brilliant,
Yeah.
I think my mother must have dropped me on my head when I was a baby.
but I don't think it's a great song, but it's a brilliant video.
Terry's come up with one for you to debate. Pink Floyd.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bestseller? Probably Dark Side, of course.
Got to be, hasn't it? Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Right. What's your favourite, Richard?
Favorite would be probably Dark Side.
Mine. Yeah.
At 45 million copies worldwide.
That one.
Dark Side.
Right. So
Dark
it didn't
Side
do
is
much.
runaway best-selling. But is it their best album?
My favourite is "Wish You Were Here."
Mm-hmm.
Valid.
Mm-hmm.
Also like Gumma Gumma.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I've listened to 1.5 Pink Floyd albums, and I found it most depressing.
Oh, well, never mind. Okay then, Nick. What about Madness?
I don't know which is their biggest selling album, to be honest. I would imagine it's One Step Beyond. I would imagine. But I'm sure I'm going to be told something otherwise.
Ooh, let's see. Well, actually their best-selling album out of everything is Divine Madness.
Oh yeah,
Well, one of the greatest hits albums.
that's the greatest hit.
Yeah.
I tried to, when I was looking at these, I was like, okay, if the greatest hits came up, I went studio albums and just kind of eliminated all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
To me, One Step Beyond is probably the most, I don't know, entertaining album they've done. As they've got on, they've sort of got a bit more sort of serious. Madness 7's a good album.
Yeah.
Absolutely is a good album. They're all good albums. I can't. But if you're a real hardcore Madness person, you'd probably go with the Liberty and Norton Folgate. But One Step Beyond is the one that does it for me, basically.
Me too. It really had an impact on me, because it was so different. And there were those 2 albums that came out on the same day.
Yeah,
Specials.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just changed everything, I think.
One Step Beyond went platinum and gold. And
I think it reached number 2, didn't it? If I remember right.
Yeah, so did Absolutely.
Anyway, hello, Michael.
Hi, Ian. Ian,
But-
your lighting's a little dark there, buddy.
What?
Your lighting is a little dark there.
Yeah, I've just noticed that.
I know, but don't be shy.
No.
You
Let
clean up
him
real
be.
nice, Ian. You
No,
clean up real nice.
let him be shy for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
There is a reason.
yes.
I know the reason. Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine. Yeah.
Did you see in the profit?
I did.
An amazing crisis, folks, but I'm all right now. I was sitting here and I thought, I've got to go. And I just made it to the bathroom.
Oh dear.
I had a nosebleed, which is because I get nosebleeds in the heat.
Yeah.
It's quite muggy here.
You feeling all right?
I'm all right now.
Good.
But I don't think you...
Hot.
It's hot. Yes, it's very hot. I might put some more light on in a minute, but I'm in the dark at the moment until I...
Yeah. You see him. That's what happens when you start talking about invisible touch.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say too much about Madness because I'm not going to say too much because I'm going to be ranking the full album
Oh,
Ooh.
in the next few weeks. So, so I'm not going to say too much about that.
Yeah.
Empress will be flying.
Yes, but I want to know about Gary Newman. Shall we talk about Gary Newman now?
We could do that.
Yeah.
All right. First things first, guess which is the biggest seller.
The Pleasure Principle.
Yeah, I think it's got to be the Pleasure Principle.
Yeah, it is.
Probably, yeah.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
hang on. Let's pop. There you go.
Now then,
Yay.
Yeah.
is it the best album? And for me, this was super hard because you know damn well I have everything and then some under the sun. I could argue that this is his best album, but I'm going to go with Telecon as his best album. And reasoning being is I like the singles off of this better. I like the atmosphere on this better, where this had that very iconic, robotic, synth-driven minimalism.
Yeah.
That's a little bit bigger sounding. It had more oomph to me, and the soundscape of it is just magnificent. I come back to this all the time. I absolutely love this one. So it's a combination of my favorite Newman and the best Newman. Fire away. Do you agree?
Nick?
How would you rate them against replicas?
I would go 1, 2, and then replicas behind it. If only for side 2, which I have a hard time with side 2 of replicas. I love all of side 1 and most of side 2, but the instrumentals are kind of They seem kind of fillery to me. They're good. That's my take.
Yeah.
This is it. And once again, we come back to it's subjective.
It is subjective.
Also, yeah. Do you know what? I
could
saw
argue that some of his later albums are his album, but nobody knows of his later albums except the diehards who have stuck around all these years.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, that's it. I know the early stuff, but I don't really, I kind of lost touch with him. I saw a signed copy of Replicas in Relics Records in Leeds the other day.
Yeah.
50 quid.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you, I suppose you're paying for the autograph, and you more
Oh,
than
yeah.
the record.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
Yeah. Good evening, Art. Welcome in.
I'll probably do it tomorrow.
Right. We'll quiz him what he's doing tomorrow whenever he comes back. Tell you what, I'm going to be generous.
Yeah.
What about what's Ian Jury's biggest selling?
It's
That's
got to be New Boots and Panties, hasn't it?
That's what I
Or
was
do you think it
thinking.
might be do it yourself?
Could well be. I don't think Laughter did that well, did it?
new
Oh,
boots and panties.
Laughter didn't do well at all, I don't think. And it's
is
a
New
much
Boots and
better
Panties.
album than people give it credit for, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
It is. It's New Boots and Panties. 72 weeks and the album chart sold over 300,000 copies.
Right.
Is that when it was first released, or is that
Yeah, that's
combining all later reissues and whatever?
no, that's when it was released.
That's not too bad then, is it?
See if he spots it.
No. That's pretty good, isn't it? For
I mean, for 72
relatively unknown artist.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody had really heard of Kilburns, had they, before?
No, unless you were into the pub rock scene.
Yeah.
Oh, would you like to be heard? Nod if you want to. Right, you're unmuted.
Sorry, folks. It's all happening tonight.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right, Art's in the gallery.
Oh, hello, Art. Nice to see you. Yes.
Yeah, so we were talking to Ian Jury.
Ian Jury. Ooh. What, the Blockheads or Ian Jury on his own?
On his own.
New Boots and Panties.
Yes. Is it his best?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear from Japan.
Yeah, it's his best.
A unanimous decision. Oh, right. Richard has got one. Bob Dylan.
Oh. Interesting. Again, I think this is going to depend on where you came in with Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out bestseller for Bob Dylan. He is.
Ooh. Right. I'll tell you now that his best-selling studio album is passed by 2 greatest hits albums.
I
That
would think
makes sense.
maybe Highway 61 Revisited. I would guess
That's
the
what
most
I would think.
well-known record would be the biggest seller because it's been in the market the longest. And if people are visiting him for the first time, it would be Highway 61 Revisited and not Blonde on Blonde. That would be my guess.
Go on then.
It's not. It's not something like Desire, is it?
No. Blood on the Tracks, 2.9 million.
Oh, nearly. I was in the right sort of area, wasn't I?
Yeah, but his best-selling album of everything that's come out is Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits with 6.5 million.
Well, God, that's a lot.
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
It's like the Eagles, isn't it? Their greatest hits album. One of the biggest selling albums of all time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blew everything that they did out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pulsar's got it right. Blood on the Tracks. Yeah. Terry's asking, Michael, Joni Mitchell.
I would guess Blue.
Let's have a look here.
Which happens to be my favourite.
But is it the best?
Oh,
I'm with Dean.
no. It's not her best-selling.
Right.
Really?
What is it? Colt and Spark, is it?
Yes.
Oh,
Correct.
well done. Well done.
Well done, Mike. Well done, Mike.
I love that album. Yeah. But my favourite, I think, is Hijira. I always pronounce that wrong, I think.
Hijira.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great record.
Yeah.
Yeah. I absolutely love Coyote. It's just one of those songs.
Yeah. Okay. Another female artist, because I ranked her on Tuesday. Laura Niro.
Best-selling record by Laura Nero. I would think New York Tenderberry.
I would say that.
Yeah.
Talking of that was a tough. I really
Ooh.
struggled with that in a good way.
Yeah.
So which is the bestseller?
Eli and the 13th Confession.
Right.
Oh, that's a great record.
Really?
Yeah, my number 2 pick, if I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my favourite, of course, is Smile.
It's
Because
my favourite too, Ian.
yeah,
It's
do you know why?
my favorite too.
Do you know why? Because that was the first one that Michael introduced us to.
Yeah.
He showed it, and then I had to go and listen to it the next day, and I just totally off.
Yeah, that's it, folks.
Yeah, that is.
I was listening to it this afternoon.
Oh,
So that's the album.
It's very short in length.
Yeah.
It's
It
not,
is,
a
but
long,
it's-
it's not a long record.
It is, but it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Pulsar's come up. The Rolling Stones.
ooh, really?
Yeah.
God, no idea. Probably a greatest hits.
That's what
Probably
I-
40 licks. Yeah.
Let's have a look here. Oh, nope.
Really?
Then I'd say
22 million copies.
Whoa.
Let It Bleed.
Nope.
Sticky Fingers.
Yes.
yeah.
Ooh,
Is it their best?
It's good.
like
Their best. No, I think Exile on Main Street is their best.
good album. It's a good
Most
album.
sophisticated.
I like Goat's Head Soup.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And again, Michael,
It's like
I didn't really get into the Rolling Stones until the early 70s.
Same.
And
Yeah.
so that would be which record? Goat's Head Soup or
Goat's Head Soup, yeah. Yeah, because I can remember that they had some sort of, they suddenly were in the charts again, in the singles charts again with Angie and Tumbling Dice. And, then I went out and bought Goat's Head Soup.
See, I like Some Girls. I think that's a great album.
it is a great record.
Let's see.
Okay, let's go The Who. The best, I think I would say Who's
Right.
best, Who's
Next.
next is the biggest selling one. But is it their best?
No,
It's everyone's favorite, because
Oh,
well, we're talking studio albums.
Right.
Who's next? But
My thought.
to me, it'll always be Quadrophenia.
wrong.
Tommy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tommy's the best selling, is it?
20 million.
Not their best, I don't think.
No, it's
Good.
not the best, but that's the biggest seller.
Yeah.
It's an acquired taste.
Mm.
Tommy?
Very.
Yeah.
Tommy came in at 20 million. The next is Who's Next at 4 million.
Yeah.
And Who Are You is third at 2.3 million.
All right.
That's a hell of a jump from 20 million down to 4.
I wonder how many copies of Tommy were sold on the back of the feature film.
Mm.
You know, it must have got a bit of a resurgence. I mean, even though there was the soundtrack album, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's got
Yeah.
got with
Turner.
Tina Turner's on it. Elton John as Pinball Wizard, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think the Acid Queen and Pinball Wizard are probably the two best songs out of the whole thing.
Yeah, I do. I do.
I agree with you there. That they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
love
try
that.
to look.
I love seeing the bit in the film, Elton John as the Pinball Wizard. I think it's
Yeah.
a fantastic sequence.
Yeah.
And the
the
same with
big
Tina
boots, yeah.
Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
know,
I don't mind the film. I've got the film. I've got the film soundtrack. I've got the album. You know.
Yeah. But I think Tina Turner gives a real Tina Turner performance, doesn't she? With Acid Queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, she's performing it, you know, as herself, you know, and it's just full on and it's brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about Elton John doing Tommy, them boots he wore are actually in the Northampton Shoe Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They are. They are.
Yeah. I keep meaning to go
yeah.
over and have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, it's worth a visit, Nick. Ian and I have been round.
Yeah, they're huge.
I'd love to stand next to them, holding up the album, and get a photo
There
taken.
you go.
You'll have to come over and we'll do it.
Yeah, do it, yeah.
Let's see. Right. Somebody mentioned Tina Turner. So, Tina Turner, best-selling album.
Private Dancer.
It's got to be Private Dancer, yeah.
It's gotta be.
12 million copies.
Can I just say I saw her on that tour?
Yes.
I saw her on the 24/7 tour. Good one.
Let's have a look.
And what a lovely pair of legs she's got as well.
God, yeah. Yeah, the band we saw last week, they did the best and Private Dancer. And when I was in the interview, I was lovely hearing Tina Turner, Private Dancer, and this woman, I said, yeah, it's just, I saw her perform that in this very theatre. Yes. Great memory. Yeah. Is it her best album?
Hang on, I'm just looking here at a question that somebody has asked. Right.
She wasn't at the Black Prince getting a kit off.
Right, Richard has asked, according to the wiki, ABBA Gold has sold 32 million copies worldwide. Are there any albums that have beat that? The answer is
Did we say Dark Side of the Moon?
What did Fleetwood Mac get? Rumors, wasn't that up there?
Rumors or Thriller? Wouldn't Thriller be up
Yeah.
there?
Thriller is the answer at 70 million copies worldwide.
Yeah.
Oh, well done, Richard. and Richard for asking. And Richard for getting.
Would you say, I mean, I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan, but do you think that's his best album he ever made?
I don't know.
Off the wall was supposed to be quite good, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's not the best, it would be the second best.
Off the Wall comes close.
Yeah. That's just
Yeah. Yeah.
I love Off the Wall. Off the Wall is a good one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, he had a real sort of golden period around then, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, here's one for Nick. Captain Beefheart.
Oh, piss off.
Okay. If Michael Jackson was the best selling worldwide, who do you think came in second?
The Eagles.
Nope.
Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac rumours.
Nope.
Dark Side of the Moon's up there, isn't it?
Third place. 40 at over 45 million copies.
Baker did that.
ATDC, Back in Black.
No.
Nick's got it.
Really?
Really?
AC/DC Back in Black has sold over 50 million copies worldwide.
Wow. Wow.
That's not my favourite AC/DC album, though.
Hmm?
It's not my favourite AC/DC
Not?
album.
No, but this is it. We come back to it's personal
It's my
preference.
second favourite.
When did you get into AC/DC? Is their favorite album before you got into AC/DC or after?
I got into AC/DC round about 77.
I don't mind a bit of AC/DC.
Simon's come up with one for you to to thrash over. Whitney Houston.
Oh God.
I couldn't even name any of her albums.
Same. Nor could I. I don't have it.
Andy's really going off one now.
Oh, now you're talking, Andy. Yeah, Chaz and Dave.
Whitney Houston did a self-titled one, didn't she?
The first
Yeah.
one, wasn't it?
Whitney.
Yeah,
was huge.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
she-
I would imagine it would either be the Bodyguard
Yes.
or the one with I want to dance with somebody on it.
You got it. It's The Bodyguard, but it's a soundtrack. It's sold over 45 million copies worldwide.
Yeah.
But then you think that it linked with the movie, the story,
Yeah.
the romance, everything. It just fell nicely for her.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's the other thing, isn't it? Albums don't just become bestsellers because lots of people all of a sudden think, "Oh, I really like that album." They get marketed to hell, don't they? And
Oh yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's not surprising. But Bodyguard is a dreadful film, isn't it? Absolutely dreadful film. But
Yeah.
And
I had to sit through that just so I could cop off with a girlfriend.
Oh jeez.
yeah.
Things you did for
I remember
The
back
things we
in the
do for
70s,
love. Da, da,
Yeah,
da, da.
I had to get through Kramer versus Kramer.
Oh, Richard, brilliant. Nick Lowe had a writing credit on The Bodyguard. He said it paid him for making his next album.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow. Yeah.
Another soundtrack that was huge where the movie was terrible was Saturday Night Fever.
Hmm.
Good soundtrack, terrible film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, I quite like Saturday Night Fever as a film. I think it's quite good. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to write this, but one of the biggest selling soundtrack album.
Full stop, biggest selling soundtrack album.
Yeah.
The King and I or Sound of Music.
Yeah. I reckon it's The Sound of Music.
Yeah, it could be, couldn't it? Yeah.
It was the biggest selling album.
No.
Are we wrong?
Yes.
Well, it was the biggest selling album of 1965 in the UK, The Sound of Music.
I know. But I told you what the biggest selling soundtrack of all time is.
The Bodyguard.
It is.
Yeah, they just said.
45 million, over 45 million copies.
Outselling The Sound of Music.
Yeah. And The King and I. Which you find it hard to believe. How many people went and bought The Sound of Music after going to the cinema and seeing it originally?
I reckon loads of people.
Mm.
I can remember for a while, when Sound of Music came out, that it was playing at cinemas, sort of like instead of sort of getting the change of program after about a fortnight, Sound of Music would be playing for months and months at cinemas, and then you'd see in the papers sort of people that claim to have seen The Sound of Music 150 times or
Wow.
it was a real sort of phenomenon. It was incredible.
All right. If The Bodyguard is the biggest best-selling soundtrack album, what do you think came second? And it has been mentioned.
That's been mentioned.
It's been mentioned, Tommy.
Nope.
Greece.
You're
Yeah.
close.
Oh, Saturday Night Fever.
Yes.
Of course.
So what do you think came third?
Oh God.
And this is going to be a killer. This is going to be a killer.
Spinal Tap.
Nope.
Oh,
Damn.
it deserved to. It deserved to.
The Ruttles.
No.
Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh,
I'll
It's
tell
gotta
you
be
that. I'll tell you that in 9th place was The Lion King,
Lord.
and in 8th place was Flashdance, the original soundtrack.
Thought you were going to say Flash Gordon.
Yeah, I can't see the soundtrack to Flash.
That was the least selling soundtrack.
I've got that. I think it's great. I love it.
Really? Okay.
what about War of the Worlds? Jeff Wayne thing.
Oh yeah.
No, because it's not a motion picture. It's not a soundtrack.
We poppin'.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Grease.
Dirty Dancing.
Oh,
Good God.
32 million. In 4th place is music from the motion picture Titanic.
Oh.
And in 5th place is Grease, the original soundtrack. And in 6th place, we finally get to it, is The Sound of Music.
really? Really?
Yeah.
That's
At 20
interesting.
million, and it's equal with Purple Rain and Flashdance.
And this is worldwide.
Yeah.
God.
And those are claimed sales.
Right.
Claimed sales.
What does claim sales mean?
Because the TV studio or the motion picture company or whoever are claiming we have sold this many copies. They don't have actual receipts because it's going all the way back. I mean,
Right, it's
Sound of
audited.
Music is 65. Yeah. The way they count sales has changed over the years. Interesting.
Very interesting. I mean, there are some albums that are the best sellers, and they rightly are the best album. I mean, Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell.
Dave's had the time of his life. Oh, Simon, Top Gun, come on, please.
No.
It was a big selling soundtrack.
It was,
wasn't it? It
but
was
nowhere near those figures.
No.
It's not about the Killing Fields, Mark Goldfield. I mean,
Who was the Beatles soundtrack?
What about David Bowie? Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence.
yes.
Kind of depressing.
It is, isn't it?
And then you've got Pink Floyd's The Wall
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a soundtrack.
soundtrack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Robin Williams, Good Morning Vietnam. Think of all the music that was in that film.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think the soundtrack.
Oh, right. Okay, Rich. All right. Richard's asking if Thriller is the best-selling studio album, what would be the biggest compilation or greatest hits?
Queens.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Queen.
Eagles or ABBA?
Well, Richard asked it, so he probably knows it's up.
Okay.
Close.
Top 10 best-selling greatest hits albums, according to this. No, I'm sorry. No, you're asking too many questions. No. No, I hate these ones that say, oh, we want to use cookies, and the list is, 1,400 different cookies. No.
Oh.
On your bike, go away.
Yeah.
Nick, you're muted.
Nick, you're muted.
Can't hear, mate.
Can't hear you.
There
Yeah.
you are. Unmuted now.
Yeah,
He's back.
cookies.
Huh?
I'm sick to death of trying to look up something,
Yes.
and
The
we
cook-
respect your privacy,
Yeah.
but we use. As soon as I see that, no, I'm off. If they respected my privacy, they wouldn't bother with half this crap. They just want your information to send you fucking adverts about, I don't know, holidays to Timbuktu and insurance this and insurance that and
I know.
bastards, a lot of them.
Right. Best-selling greatest hits of all time. 44 reported sales, 44 million. Total certified copies, 41.2 million.
Complete madness.
Nope.
It's got to be Queen.
No, it's been mentioned.
So I
The
thought-
Eagles.
Yes. The Eagles, their greatest hits, 71 to 75.
USA.
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
so is Eagles' greatest hits also the biggest selling, shortest album?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's actually a single of Hotel California, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only one I know.
let's have a look here. Greatest hits. Track listing is Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Lion Eyes, Already Gone, Desperado, One of These Nights, Tequila Sunrise, Take It to the Limit, Peaceful Easy Feeling, and Best of My Love.
All of which were huge in the States.
Yeah.
Easy listening.
You see, it doesn't include the theme tune to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, does it?
Let's see, who came? Where's the next?
I wonder how well Hotel California did over here in Britain.
I think it did pretty well. I'm sure.
Did it make number one?
Did it not?
I don't know.
I'm pretty certain it
He's
did.
asking you.
Yeah. I would be surprised if it didn't, because I seem to remember at the time it was big. I could be wrong,
Oh, Wikipedia extravaganza.
Yep. Well, talking of Simon, he's got an interesting live stream tomorrow. Guilty Pleasures in Records. Can I just state that? In records.
Let's see. It's been certified. Hotel California, one of the best-selling albums of all time. It's certified 26 times platinum in the US. 32 million units worldwide. It's their second best-selling album after the Greatest Hits.
Right.
But I can't see. It's not showing me where. Come on. That's Billboard, RIA. It's not showing me UK. Here we go. Right. Charts. Weekly charts. Australia reached number 1. Austria, number 9. Canada, Dutch, number 1. Finland, France, 2. Germany, 3. Italian, 12. Japan, 2. New Zealand, Norway, Spain, number 1. Sweden, 3. UK, number 2.
Oh,
US Billboard, number 1.
I wonder what picked it to the top spot then. Was it shed up of your face?
Let's see.
Yeah. You know it's going to be. It's going to be something dreadful, don't you?
Yeah.
It'll be like Disco Duck or something.
Yeah. Oh, good
January
God.
77.
Yes, I was going a bit off thinking about number ones. Today in America was a Japanese chap who was number 1 in America today in 1963. And he was one of the people that got killed in the Japan Airlines crashed in 1985. What's his name? Koyo Sakamoto.
Kiyu Satomoto, yes.
Yeah. What an awful record that is.
Yes, what was it? Satsuyama or something?
Yeah.
That
I,
one.
I listened to it on your behalf, all right? So you don't have to.
Yeah. I think you've said it before, Ian, but it's so strange, isn't it, that when you look at US and UK singles charts, they're so different.
They are.
I'm sorry. For the week of the 16th to the 22nd of January 1977.
Oh yes, sukiyaki. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you, Sukiyaki. At number 10 was 20 Golden Grapes by Glenn Campbell. At number 9, Wind and Wuthering by Genesis, on its way up. At number 8, on its way up, was Hotel California. It peaked at number 5. At number 7, and it will eventually peak at number 2, Songs in the Key of Life, Stevie Wonder.
What's a good album?
At 6, and it peaked at 6, David Soul by himself.
Woman Silver Lady.
Yeah.
At number 5, it peaked at number 4, is The Greatest Hits by Shawaddy Waddy.
Oh, God. I used to deliver to his house, Dave Bartram's.
At number 4, and on its way down, is Greatest Hits by ABBA. It was making its way down from number 1. At number 3, and it peaked at number 1, is A Day at the Races by Queen. At number 2, it had been number 1 last week, is Arrival by ABBA. But the question is, what do you think was number 1? January 1977.
Demis Roussos.
Nope.
Nana Muscuri. It's going to be something really weird.
Peters and Lee.
No, I'll tell you now, it's an American artist.
I have a hunch, but I'm afraid to say it.
Go on.
Is it like Debbie Boone's "You Light Up My Life" type thing, or what?
No.
No.
It's Slim Whitman, Red River Valley.
Oh God.
Lovely.
Embarrassing.
Ian, don't ever complain about the US charts being worse than the British charts.
Awful stuff there.
Wow. But there was an artist that was mentioned in there, Stevie Wonder.
That's a good one, isn't it? That's a good one.
Who do you think Songs in the Key of Life was his best selling?
It's got to be up there, hasn't it?
Yeah. Talking Book?
Didn't he do one called Hotter Than July?
You did. That had the Martin Luther King, didn't it? Happy birthday on it. Yeah, Richard said Hotter Than July, so it must be.
I don't mind the few singles by him, but I'm not a fan of his albums. I prefer him when he was his early years, like the Motown early years, little Stevie Wonder.
I know what you mean. I really like Inner Visions.
Yeah, I'm thinking that was 73.
Songs in the Key of Life, released in 76. Sales estimated over 5 million. Is his best.
Right. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But again, I think Living for the City is an excellent song.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
I even like Ian Gillan's version as well. But that's
He covered it, really?
He's covered it. Yeah, Ian Gillan did a version of it.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which,
yes.
Has there been any sign of anything arriving? No. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the last Thursday of the month. You know what's coming next, don't you?
Hey,
Yeah.
Bill.
Crikey, it's that time already. Blimey.
Oh. Here we go then. There's the old fella bouncing round.
Right.
So we've added new ones.
Oh,
We've got the quirky stuff. Jacket covers is still there. To be or not to be. Calendars and something that we need at the minute, a bit of Jack Frost. Born to be Wild, overplayed songs, and corkers and clunkers.
Oh, that's been there donkey's years, isn't it?
Yeah, so shall we see what Rocky wants to do next
Yeah,
week?
been on there since beginning, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Poor old Rocky. The tumble
You
drum.
wait. It's gonna come out, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
oh,
Finally, it's made it off.
Right.
So that you've
Stuart,
got albums that have got an absolute killer track on, and also an absolute mare of a track.
oh, easy, easy.
Easy one for us next week.
Yeah.
It's nice when we get nice, easy ones.
Maximum of 10 with a couple of bubbling unders is fine.
Yes, we'll go for that. Right, I've now
Yeah,
got to find
good
out.
one.
Yes, I've got to now find how to get back into.
Bunk.
Yeah,
There
excellent.
you go. I do it. There you go.
Okay, but I can't get back into.
Into what? You're on screen.
Yeah. Oh dear, where am I? Oh, there it is. Anyway, I'm sure Richard knows the drill. What we do now, we create a thumbnail. So,
Ready.
yes, what am I going to put? I've only.
I picked up this week.
Ooh.
Give me a sec.
Oh,
Here we go.
What is that? A big check?
hang on. I am going to put Nick at the top in the
Yeah.
center just for that. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much.
Hey.
PJ Harvey.
Yes, it is. Anyway, it's lovely having you up on here, Richard. I'm sure the rest of us
Nice to chat with you, mate. Yeah.
and it's been a real pleasure, and hope it's not it's not going to be a first and only visit with us.
Oh, I hope not.
No,
Open
thank you for
invitation.
everyone else as well as ever. And sorry I had to disappear, but
No issues. No problem.
no. So we'll see you all next week.
It's all right. We'll blame Rocky.
We'll blame Rocky. So we'll see you all next week.
God bless.
Bye.
God bless.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.